morning. Morning to you. Happy Friday. Happy freaking Friday. It's going to be a good day. I feel it coming. There's a lot of stuff going on in my world today. A lot of stuff going on this weekend. So it's going to be really super busy, not only for me, but for others that I know, like Freya and Julie and Kim and God, I don't know who all else, but there's a lot of us. It's going to be busy. Morning, Julie. How you doing, love? Julie Cole. So I took a little bit of time coming on this morning. I was a few minutes late. And that's because I was watching YouTube last night before I fell asleep. I was listening. And I was listening to a Leak Project podcast, and Greg Allison was on there. And it reminded me that earlier in the day I had perused through and saw another Greg Allison video where he's talking about the insect apocalypse. That's what he called it, the insect apocalypse. And so I wanted to post that up this morning because we talked about that, I think, earlier this week. Where the hell are all the bugs? And some of you said that you guys had plenty of bugs where you were at, and others said not so much. And so really, honestly, I was thinking to myself, maybe it's just me. And then I just happened to see Greg Allison's, and he's at Green Greg's, Gregs, Gregs, 1G. And anyway, he's got a pretty cool YouTube channel. He just started getting more active on it here recently because he just seems like he's got a lot of things to say. This guy's a rocket scientist. He built a rocket in his backyard when he was younger. Works for NASA. He's a engineer. I don't know. Builds spaceships, builds rockets. Still. A worm farmer because he really believes that worms are what's going to save our lives, and not because we can eat them, but because you can use them for fertilizer. Lots of stuff you can do with worms, I guess. I don't know. I know you can use worms for fishing, and that's pretty stinking good for me. I like that. Got my eyeball set on some crystals over here that I just got in the mail yesterday, and I was super excited whenever I ordered them. So give me just 2 seconds. Let me pop away, grab these crystals up because they're exceedingly unique. I like going through Facebook sometimes, and sometimes not very often anymore. I used to just go to these YouTube pages where they were doing auctions or sales. God, YouTube got so full of sales pages. I got tired of going to them. But so I got out of that habit. But here recently, I've been looking for some specific pieces that I don't have. And I came across these crystal points. They're I believe that they're similar to an ambiphal. I don't think that these are called ambiphals, mainly because of the structure of the inclusions. Check that out. It's clear where it's clear. And then it just has these really awesome layers of inclusions. And the inclusions are very, very dense. I've had my my little blue light pen, black light pen, UV pen is what it's called. And I've been putting it in like, God, it's so hard to figure out how to put my hands to show you stuff. And I have a lot of them. I got about, I don't know, probably 10, 12. This one's really pretty. And the lighting sucks too. What's going on? Man, I gotta look over here and see what's going on my chat. You guys got a lot of stuff going on in your world. Aren't they beautiful? They're really amazing. Let's see here. Boy, Colette, Julie, you guys are good to each other. Julie said they've settled down a bit here. The bugs, Okay. I had to get back to what we were talking about. The bugs have settled down a bit there. Wow. But you know what, though? I keep seeing pictures of little places where they have 5G already set up, and there's dead bees all around those little and smart towers. That's what it is. Smart towers. Dead bees all around the small towers. Good morning or good afternoon to you, Colette. Julie said, I'm feeling a bit aggravated this morning, having trouble with visualization. It's frustrating me. Colette said, changing guides, Julie. That's what I go through. You know what? That's really a pretty good thought, Colette. I hadn't really considered that, but you're right. You know, and it is it's recognizing that you have a specific guide for whatever specific need you have in your life right now. So, and I'm sure that you have a guide that will help you meditate. And so instead of working on visualization, and I assume it's with your meditation or with your visualizing your, gosh darn it, what am I thinking? Okay, so instead of visualizing your goals, start asking your guides to show you what it is that you need to be focusing on. Because I think that's why when I have trouble focusing on something or wherever my mind is set at, whatever my goal is, whatever my intent for my meditation. True that, Julie. Does come when you least expect it anyway. That's going to happen. That's like the little surprise. But if you're having trouble with the visualization, really, honestly, ask the guides, and if you don't know who to ask, just ask. And they're going to answer you. The one who's sent for you, not just your random Joe Blow in the mist. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I couldn't ground this morning myself. I really couldn't. I couldn't even concentrate long enough to ground. I tried. And instead I ended up, instead of really trying to ground and connect heavy with my guides this morning, because I think that was the first thing that I said, connect me to spirit. And then I heard very clearly, you're already connected to spirit. What do you want? And not in a smart ass way, not in a demanding way, but more like what is it really that you want? What are you looking for? What are you looking for this morning? You're looking to connect, you're already connected. You want to connect with somebody else? You want to connect with somebody new? Oh, that's a different story. You want to change your attitude, change your latitude? All right, work on that. So this morning I couldn't ground, couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And so I ended up just saying, hey. Honestly, I did. I said, hey, thanks. Thanks for everything. Yeah, too much for me to put in my mouth, put into words. And then I just kind of admired the beauty of the world this morning. Watched the sun peek through the trees, and Orion's back. I always look for Orion. That's just my herald for the fall for some reason. I don't know if it really is or not. I don't know that much about it, but ever since I was a kid, when the summer started to draw to a close, I would start looking for Orion to appear in the sky. And so I saw him for the first time this morning at about in the east at about 10 o'clock. And that was about 7:30 this morning. 7:30, 7:45, 8. So, go out. Orion's there. He's back. Joe Donovan, good morning, love. So what's going on? Let's say, hey, Freya, good morning to you, love. I'll be seeing you probably right at 3 o'clock today. If you need me earlier, call me, okay? Call me, because I don't know. If you need me, you call me. Julie says it's kind of funny sometimes. I'll see someone and they're always smiling at me. Like you see me, but it's not consistent. It's not consistent. I'll see someone. I gotcha. Well, Julie, cool. Now that's interesting stuff. Where the Pleiadians are from is Orion. I did not know that. Well, no. No, that's not correct. Because the Pleiadians are from the Pleiades, which are the seven sisters. The Pleiades is its own cluster constellation. There are 7 stars that are counted, but I think there's a lot more than that. That's where the Pleiadians are from. Orion has a species group, but it is something else. It is something else. What is Orion? I'll have to think about it. And I don't mean to correct you. I apologize. But really, Julie, your information that you read is incorrect. Because the Pleiadians are from the Pleiades system. And I'm so sure of that, I could just... But I just don't remember. They showed in comparison from Orion. Sorry. Oh. Okay. I understand what you're saying now. Interesting. So who is it that's from the Orion constellation? What group is that? Does anybody know? Because there's like the Pleiadians, the Nordics, there's the Avians, the bird people. I don't know them personally. Never seen them before. But, I'm going to be meeting at your house at 3 o'clock to help you start loading up stuff, Freya. At least that's what I thought we were doing. That's exactly right, Julie. The 3 dots in Orion, the 3 diagonals, that's the ones that the pyramids are lined up with. And there's a lot of, if you look at the, let's see, the Aztec city, is it Aztec or Mayan city? And I keep thinking Punku, but I know that that's not right. It's the pyramids in South America. Dadgummit, why can't I remember the name? Anyway, they are lined up as the sun and the planets that surround it. The whatever way it's laid out is laid out in the same way that the 9 planets are. And like Jupiter being the biggest planet and Saturn being another big planet, those buildings that are representing those 2 planets are bigger than, say, Mercury, the little building that represents Mercury closest to the sun temple. I think it's the Aztec city, but I cannot think of the name of it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is that there are so many things on this earth, ancient things, that line up precisely with specific, I want to say landmarks. Pyramid of the Sun. Yeah. That's easy enough. But there's specific landmarks to either constellations or heavenly bodies, planets, moons. They had it going on. Whatever civilization was on this earth, they had it going on. They were pretty smart. They were pretty stinking smart. So, I don't know a whole lot today. What we're doing with Freya today is where are we going to, Freya? Taking some stuff that were donated that Freya's been keeping at her house to the VFW auction, which is tomorrow beginning at 3 o'clock. There's an active auction, a live auction, and a silent auction. Also plenty of food, drinks, fun. So come. And all the proceeds go to the VFW post 1829. Super excited about that. Super excited about that. So, Pyramid of the Sun, and that's probably if I were to ever go and discover a pyramid, I would love to go to South America. I really would. So dangerous, though. So dangerous. Such a dangerous place to be. I mean, not just from the animals, it's all dangerous down there. It's all dangerous. So, shoot. So, anybody got anything special going on this weekend? Any special plans? We'll be setting up and getting ready for the auction today and tomorrow. And then Sunday will be the day of rest. Oh, no. What am I thinking of? Sunday's football. Football. Sunday. I'm super excited about that. And yesterday was start off of football season. I'm a football fan from way back. Green Bay Packers, as a matter of fact. Kansas City Chiefs, we don't have rivals. We have teams. There's no I in team unless you look at the A in the A-hole. Unless you fill in the A-hole. I saw that one time, TEAM. And it said there is no I in team unless you fill in the A-hole. I love that. I love that. Oh, shoot. Listen, guys, I think I'm going to get off of here. And get some work done today. No, I'm not going to go yet. Okay. I got to do some cards first. At least start off your weekend this way because we've got, 5 days? No. It's not going to be 5 days. 2 days for the weekend, 5 days for the week. Sleeping in on Saturday and football on Sunday. Julie said, what? Green Bay Packers was probably the Green Bay Packers Super Bowl. And I think it was, I don't know, against the Kansas City Chiefs. Is that right? Is that the first Super Bowl, the Packers and the Chiefs? I was rooting for the Packers. I don't know why. But I do remember that game. I remember sitting behind the couch at my great-grandmother's house. And sitting behind the couch, I'd peek out and I'd watch the game. Then I'd go back because back then the men watched football. The women played cards or cleaned kitchen or served pie. Served pie. Can I get you anything else, darling? Colette said nothing going on in the UK. Just waiting to start work soon in about a week's time. Got to go through the screening first. That shouldn't take long. I'm so proud of you, Colette. Congratulations. Really, really happy for you to get this job. I know you're super nervous about it. I just feel like you're just real tense. And don't be. Everything's going to go great. Really. It's going to be good. It's a good spot. And it's going to lead to something else. So even if you're not 100% satisfied with your employment at this time, it will change again. This job is a stepping stone to your next. And your next will be much more fulfilling, much more satisfying. I don't know what the heck happened up there. I got all this stuff that just popped up on my screen. I don't have a clue what it is, so I'm not going to worry about it because I know you guys are still there. So, let me pull out this card here. Soccer in Liverpool, that's right. I like soccer. Both my boys played soccer from the time they could start kicking a ball around until my son even played on a men's league for a while before he went in the Navy. And then he played rugby for the Navy. Still playing, I'm sure. Maybe not so much nowadays because he's a little older than he was. He's been in for about 15 years now. Getting close to it anyway. You ready? Dearest you, and you know who you are. Claim this card if it's yours. Work, 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 Sheila. Too much work and no play makes Sheila a dull girl. Get out there and find some fun. Dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals and that you've had some disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest that you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune into the vibrations of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality, but we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more, we promise you. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself and not at arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? I love that card. That one makes you feel good. Colette, that was your answer. This is Postcards from Spirit by Colette Baron Reed. Get yours. Go see her on, I think she's on YouTube and Twitter, and I know she's on Facebook. She's also on Amazon selling these cards herself. So get you some because they are just perfect. Every day they are perfect. What else we got here? Dearest you, we need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and for everyone else and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one in which you were a victim of someone else's actions or even your own. But you don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. Even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire. Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. You can do it. Everyone over here believes in you and adores you. Man, that is so true. That is so true. Have you ever seen someone who had something so tragic happen? Let's look at Mothers Against Drug Drivers, MAD. And most of them are. Most of them are mad as hell. And I don't blame them, for someone to be so selfish and careless as to drink and drive and then take someone you love, just steal them from your life is not fair. But when you are still angry and frustrated and you think that, I'm joining MAD, I'm going to be a mad mother against drunk drivers. And you carry that anger and that resentment and that blame and that hurt and that anger forward with you into that organization that you're joining to help fight against drinking and driving, stricter laws, tougher penalties, stiffer fines, making them come to the hospital and sit with your child day and night until they recover or don't, but making them see the product of their actions. That'd be a beautiful thought right there. Good morning, Shauna. I like that. So, but if you approach something that you're trying to effect a change, but you're coming from a place of sadness and despair and darkness and anger and frustration and all these heavy, heavy words, these hard things, you're not effective. You're not doing it for the right reason. Forgiveness isn't really telling somebody that what they did is okay. Forgiveness is not condoning a behavior. It's not. Forgiveness is when you tell yourself that you don't have to be angry anymore. You know, that it's okay to cry now and let it go. That's forgiveness. That's really forgiving somebody. You know, because somebody can always apologize to you and you can say, hey, no problem. You're forgiven. But those words don't really mean anything if you don't mean it. Those words, because you can feel it, and you can feel it. When you ask for forgiveness and someone says, hey, no problem, you're forgiven, and then you try to continue or even change a relationship to fit the new circumstances or a new understanding that you have, requires a certain amount of forgiveness. You know, you have to forgive. You have to. Because we are the ones, when we don't let stuff go, we're the ones that are making ourselves miserable. The other person isn't affected at all. You know, the law may dole out the punishment. Spirit may be the ones to dole out the punishment. We can't do it. We just can't. Can't. So we have to forgive and let it go. And that allows Spirit to take over and take the reins and then really do the job. Really effect a change. Spirit is one that does that. We just have to allow the circumstances and then allow the forgiveness to come, and that's where the change begins. That's it. That's it. Shauna said, success is the ability to make bad decisions and still come through. And faith is knowing that it will happen. It'll work out. Everything's going to work out, man. Hey, Vincey, good morning to you. Good morning. Thanks for popping in. So, yeah, it is hard to have faith sometimes, and it's hard to be forgiving. But, man, I tell you what, I don't hold any grudges against anybody. People behave the way they behave. I can't change that, you know. But what I can do is choose not to condone it by not participating, you know. If I don't like the way somebody behaves, I'm not going to go and be confrontational, especially if they're an adult and they make their own choices. You know, if it's a child or someone young enough who is ignorant of what they're doing, and ignorant means not knowing. Doesn't mean stupid and unlearned. It means you don't know. So you have to be taught. So I guess it is unlearned. So you're taught, and when you're taught the correct way to do things, if you continue after that to display the same behavior, then that's a choice. That's a choice. And if you choose to behave like that, I choose not to have those people in my world. And those people aren't in my world at all. You know? The choices you make will affect your life, and they affect the lives of everyone around you. And so when those who once were the closest allies, and they're no longer calling you up every day, checking in on you, seeing how you're doing, kind of tough, man. Start thinking that maybe something's wrong. Maybe something's wrong. Yeah, but when you start figuring out that something's wrong, it's usually something's wrong with them. It ain't me, it's them. And then after a while, you figure out that you can't keep blaming other people, and that what's wrong is really me. I'm the one that's wrong. I'm the one. And when you recognize that, man, you affect a change, and then you change your whole world. Your whole world changes. Because people who once hung out with you because of the way you behaved, or because of your actions, or because of your attitude, once you change, they're like, screw you, man. You're part of the system now. Hey, be part of the system. Just be you. Be real. Be love. You know, because when you be who you truly are, when you're real, then everything else around you is real, because you attract what you put out. If you want joy in your life, then be joyful. If you want beauty in your life, then be beautiful from the inside. Be beautiful in the way you carry yourself, in the words that you speak, the things that you do, and the way you behave. If you want love, be love. You draw towards you. You draw in your life. Your life, that's a much better way to say it. Much better way to say it. The things that are in your life, the people, your surroundings, your circle of friends, not your family. You didn't choose your family unless you choose to stay with a dysfunctional, not for your highest good group of people. Well, that's your choice. But you choose your friends, and who you are is reflected back to you in your life. It's reflected back to you. If you don't like the way somebody's behaving, and if that's their nature, they're always acting like that, is that a mirror? Is there something in you that you're showing to others that allows them to reflect that energy back to you? Because when you go to church and you're going up for communion, or no confession, just communion, you're going up. That's your belief. You believe that you're going up, receiving the body of Christ from the minister or the reverend or the priest or the preacher, and you're sharing your communion in that moment, right? Well, you're not going to be coming in church with the bottle. You're not going to be bringing your beer with you. Sit down, put your feet up on the back of the pew, chill out for a while, listen to the message, jump up, go grab a bite, head out the door. Right? You conduct yourself, and those around you are conducting themselves in a much higher, hopefully, vibration. So just think about that. And if you're not happy where you are, change. Change your climate, change your mood, change your attitude. If the people around you aren't happy, then figure out a way to be happy first. Because everybody's waiting on someone just to be happy. So you start it. You start it. You start the change. You start the ball rolling. And then the change will come. Happiness will be around you. Because you'll start finding more reasons to be happy and less reasons to be unhappy. My sister for the longest time was the saddest, most unhappy person in the world, and I love her so much. And she would say, well, this, and this. And I would say, but, there's always this, and this. And so she stopped talking about this, and this, and started looking more at this, and this. And her attitude began to change. and every day. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. Surround yourself. If you want to surround yourself, then you have to put that energy out there of what you want to bring in. Well, I got something covering up my screen, and I have no clue what it is. I really don't. Let me see if I can't. Every now and then I'll bump a button. No, that wasn't it. It worked, whatever it was. Every now and then I'll bump a button and my screen will change. Nicole said, I see you getting a moped. You know what? I was thinking the same thing, Nicole. I really was. I was trying to figure out, because in my mind's eye, as I was reading, I'm not nervous about the job, just worried about getting there on my push bike because there are no buses, but I'll be okay. And she said, I'd rather have a car. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's those steps, though, right? Baby steps. Oh, but it is getting to be fall. Where'd all the bugs go? Where'd they go? I think I'm going to get off of here and start packing up this room. I've been putting it off. I finally got an idea of how to, because I still have 2 events left before we move. Or, I don't know. I'm not sure when we're going to move into the house. They started putting the roof on. I was real happy about that. We drove by yesterday and they were tearing the roof off of it. So that made me happy. But anyway, I know that I have 2 events that I'm going to be at. Besides this weekend, working at the VFW, volunteering there. Next weekend, I'm going to be in St. Louis at the Internal Spirit Fair in Bridgeton. And then I think I've got something going on in Edwardsville. Shauna and I are going to be headed down to Arkansas. Check out a couple of mines. Do some ghost hunting maybe while we're diamond mine hunting. We'll find out something. It'd be fun. So I got to make those reservations. Got to make reservations for Springfield. Got a lot of stuff to do. A little bit of time to do it in. I'm going to pull one more card. Vincey, where are you from? Are you in the St. Louis area? So I figured out that I could just go ahead and pack up my little wagon. I've got one of those foldable wagons. I'll just go ahead and pack that up and put that out in my storage unit. And then I can pack everything else around it. The problem is that I'm finding myself going, oh, but I might need that. Oh, God, that'd be so cute there. Oh, my gosh, I can't put that up there. Vincey says Texas. Nicole said, I want to go mining. I know. You know, we keep talking about every now and then. Vincey from Texas loves crystal digging in Arkansas. I've never been. So looking forward to it. It's a beautiful state to go. My God, they pulled out a $10 million huge citrine cluster. Oh my God, it's like room size. It's so big, and it's just one giant cluster. It's amazing. Dearest you, pardon me. Hang on, I did it again. There we go. There is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have you are supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people. But then it's up to you how you live, how awake you are, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think that a person is happier just because their outside looks good according to society's standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experiences. Compare yourself only with your past self. See how far you've come? I like that. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now and not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know that your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. Loving you forever and ever. Man. Vincey, you saw that big old citrine cluster? Nice. That was cool. That was cool. I was sitting there thinking to myself, man. Wish that could have been me to find that bad boy. How would you get it out of there, man? You couldn't even load that up on a flatbed. Some of those crystal points were this big or bigger. They're huge. Huge. Beautiful pieces. Beautiful. Yeah. Yep. I am going to get off of this place. I'm going to get up and start doing some work. Go check on my husband, see how he's doing. Check on my dogs, make sure they're being good, normal day-to-day stuff. Wishing you a blessed weekend full of love and fun. If you got to work, but do it with love. You got days off in there, it just might not be weekends, and that's okay. I get a lot more stuff. When I was working, I got a lot more stuff done during the week than I ever did on the weekend, especially when I was younger. Guys, have a beautiful day. And don't stop dreaming, ever. And give love abundantly everywhere you go. See you later.